Yes, the Christmas season continues, and of course, we can't do any grifting without the birthday girl herself, Schmil Buckman. Schmil, how you doing today?
I'm wonderful. It's just happy.
I told you not to do impressions of certain people's exes. But speaking of which, we're gonna, of course, bring up today's birthday girl. Everybody knows her, Luigi Greenberg. Luigi, how you doing today?
I'm great. How are you, sir?
I'm doing it pretty manly, if you know what I mean.
I do not.
Okay. And
was I supposed to do something? I'm sorry.
at least two things. But speaking of two big things, and we can't get enough of this. It's her birthday today. We gotta bring up the big birthday girl. It is, of course, Christian Bladt. How are you doing today?
I believe what you were looking for was respect. Walk. I think that's what you wanted, right?
And of course, we're going to slice up the cake a nice big way. Kind of one of the more talked about people at the minute. Of course, it's the actual birthday girl herself. It's little Lemmi. Lemmi, how you doing today?
Are you talking to me?
Free the Florida 2.
Yes, we're talking with you. Happy birthday, Lemmi.
Yay.
Happy
unbirthday.
birthday.
Very unbirthday to the rest of you.
Yeah. And you know what Lemmi would like for her birthday? She was telling herself off mic. The gift of hitting the like button, everybody. What do you think about that, Lemmi, when you like that?
I would love that. Hit the like button.
There you go.
Great
Perfect.
times.
But I got to say, so a couple of days ago, we did an episode that's got a lot of people talking, and a lot of people jealous too, of Lemmi had a clash on the air with Kiki, who I don't have a problem with at all. It was awkward and unfortunate that it happened, but I've got to say that it was worth it because of, gems like this came up.
Like, I like getting fucked in my ass and doing cocaine. Yeah.
You know, I enjoy that one. So I suppose we should start with Christian on this. When you were watching that live, what did you think of that episode and Lemmy's clash with Kiki? Did you think it was fair, or was it a pile-on, or what was your take?
I think that Lemmy very calmly handled the fact that that for once in her life, Keanu was outmanned, by which I'm trying to say she's a whore. But I think that she was not well equipped for the conversation, and she's the perfect fit for Stuttering John's live streams, because you're not going to get outwitted by anyone on there. And I don't know. I think Lemmy, tell me if I'm wrong, but I felt like you went relatively easy on her. There was, of course, you weren't being particularly kind to her, but there was no real pushback. And, Gino being in the same little box that they live in really added to the conversation. But Lemmy, was it? I don't know. Maybe you actually like her, and I've missed the narrative the whole time. I thought you really didn't lay into her the way you could have.
I don't hate Kiki. I really don't. I'm not a fan or anything. But I think she's fucking adorable, first and foremost. I really do. I think she's.
You mean as long as her mouth's closed?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't want to be rude, but yes. But I'm a big fan of correct definitions. That's all.
I thought you're a big fan of this.
Like, I like getting fucked in my ass and doing cocaine. Mm-hmm.
Just on her birthday.
Yeah. So go ahead, Lemmy. You're a big fan of.
No, I completely derailed. I lost it.
Is it definitions?
Husey, definitely. I'm into definitions.
What percentage
don't
of chats and gifted memberships are you giving to Lemmy for her birthday, Husey?
Why, 69, of course. Hit the like button. Yeah.
That's a great deal.
Can I ask, was there any backstory to that maybe that you're willing to share, or maybe just that we don't know about? Because just kind of curious if there was any sort of, I don't know, just bad blood between you at all. And it's okay if the answer is no. I'm just curious if there was.
We had a little scuffle on BYB a while back, but we made nice and stuff. And like I said, I don't hate her, but Scarlett Hampton's a slut. Don't tell me she's not.
But I would say she's more, and this might get taken out of context, dirty whore than slut.
I thought saying slut was being kind, if I'm being honest.
But I mean, she's also made a good bit of money from throwing that thing of hers around, you know?
I do believe she has slut listed on her LinkedIn page, but not dirty whore. So, you know,
excuse me, dirty whore.
To be offended by quote unquote slut shaming would suggest that they were proud of that phrase. Yes.
Well, in my opinion, if you feel ashamed for being slut shamed, then you are a slut. If you don't feel ashamed, then you've got nothing to bitch about.
Who has nothing to bitch about?
Well, I know someone that doesn't have anything to bitch about, and that's one Schumel Buckman, the most cockiest guy
other
in the
than
world.
Schmuel.
The notorious narcissist Schumel Buckman. But Schmuel, you get to see some of the argument and stuff. But what was your take of all the stuff that happened there, baby? Big Buck.
Yeah, Lemmy did a great job. Keanu puts herself in a position where she can always be the victim, and sets it up that way so that her show, then she can do the victimhood thing with her mom and with Gino and everybody's against me. So it wasn't like it was unexpected. I mean, I feel bad for Kiki for the scoop stuff, getting hurt, being domestically abused. But boy, she sure doesn't care about it when it comes to other people. It's like she turns on the feelings for domestic abuse victims. She can turn them on and off like a light switch, Totally ignores Aaron, but will go after, I don't know. She just totally ignores Aaron, but then she'll make claims about other people that may or may not be true,
But the thing about I was saying this the other night, is that Meade, he didn't, all he did was sort of push her away. That doesn't exactly count as breaking an arm. He was just sort of saying, "Shut up, your mouth," which is, Christian met his wife, and she still had sex with him the first night.
Shockingly.
Yeah.
For a guy that's supposedly smart, Meade is all of these things. He's smart. He's successful. I'm embarrassed for him being with this woman, and she's got problems. And he's taking advantage of her, whether or not it's physical or not. This kid has real problems, and it's like poking the retard or picking on the retard or whatever.
Well, speaking of which, this name, I don't even know how to pronounce this. Alien Wrecked? Is that, or Alien Trek?
A lichen Trek.
There you go.
That's what I call him.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Lemmy. Thanks for the toe. Yeah, but I just, the whole thing is that part of me does feel sorry for Keanu, because she's in this position online where no matter what she does, like Aussie guy's going to do a 2 or 3 hour episode about her, or Eccles will do an episode where whether she does something silly or she does something basic, like they're going to mock her. And I think that she's unfortunately in that position where she's also the victim, I feel, of pylons, where there's now people now joining on the Kiki abuse just because bigger channels are doing it. And I think that's kind of fucking stupid, personally.
Well, even if you thought that only people whose personal texts she's read live on stream would be allowed to gang up on her, that would still be quite a few people.
But I thought that, honestly, at the start, that the Kiki and Lady K feud, still funny, is I thought that was a work, because that came out of nowhere. And they literally went from having lunch to never talking again. Pardon, Luigi?
I was agreeing with you that something seemed off about it, that it seemed so sudden and weird. But I'll admit that I was kind of suspicious of it too, but being very, very unaware of Kiki's reputation and everything, as soon as it happened, I was like, ooh, that doesn't seem like a very good person. But I don't know. I actually don't know enough about Kiki. I feel like to have like a real strong opinion, but that really was on the con side of the pro-con list.
I can put one photo in the private chat that'll show you everything you need to know about her if you'd like, Luigi.
No, oh, you did already.
Oh, okay.
We've been looking.
How did you get so close to it, Husey?
Yeah. I was just following my nose. Not for the first time, right? I get problems. But when you say, Luigi, you say about Keanu's reputation, what was the reputation you had heard of?
Oh, so here's the thing. I know that I'm very involved in the DabbleVerse, but there are just areas of it I just have never really dipped my toe or stuck my finger. And that was just one area of it. I didn't know enough about Kiki. I know a lot about Gino because I followed Artie Lang for a long time. But when she, called John a child, that was really the first I'd heard of her. I think that was about a year ago. And I was like, oh, that's cool. She seems like a cool person. And then, now we've come full circle and she's his friend. And I don't know. I just kind of really tuned out of her, out from her aura or whatever you want to call it, just her space. But I'm also a very big Pretty Antisocial podcast fan. Haley's a friend of mine, and I have not enjoyed the attacks that she's made on Haley, especially when it comes to the domestic abuse stuff. I feel like that's really, really below the belt. I feel like it's very gross. I just cannot imagine. I can't imagine anyone, let alone a woman, having an opinion that would support someone who is a domestic abuser after, advocating for domestic abuse victims. It seems just so weird. It's even weird even to come up with all of the thoughts that I have about it, because so many of them are just so contrary to one another, because it's very two-faced. Everything about it's two-faced.
Well, I'm not for domestic abuse, but I am for people hitting the like button. It's like Matt Mead hit Scarlett right in the face. But the thing...
You see, I'm not supposed to laugh at that after I just make a statement.
No, I mean, the difference is that the like button deserves it. I think that's
If the like button didn't want to get hit, it wouldn't be behaving that way while you're trying to have your sandwich. I was
it knows
corrected.
better.
It is a like and tracked asshole. So there you go. The guy is also from Norway. Thank you very much. But yeah, I just think that it is a strange one for Kiki, and that it's kind of like it's the great Bart Simpson says, one of my topical references there. Thank you very much. Like, you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't, which didn't make any sense, really. I think basically people are going to go after her no matter what. Like, she was, I've got to say it, Lemmi and Dan were piling on Kiki because Scarlett Hampton does, what do you call it again, Christian?
Oh, I've called it so many things. What do you remember it as?
Cunt fucking.
Ah, there you go.
Yeah. Google Scarlett Hampton cunt sex. Right, Buckman?
Correct. But don't you think that Keanu brings it on herself?
How do you mean, cunt?
Well, this stuff that she says about pretty antisocial, the going after people all the time, hooking, and look, her and Gino, all they do is spend their time talking about how everybody else is a piece of shit, except Aaron. But the rest of us are garbage. We've got that stupid little voice of hers. Just go on and on.
I don't know the voice. Can you do it for me, Schumel? I'm not aware of it.
I wish I could, but I can't.
We need to have an impression, Buckman. Let's go.
So
and try to act sexy too when you do it.
My father and I were we were coming from Paris, and the stewardess asked if I'd like a glass of wine, and I said, of course I'd like a glass of wine. Done.
Smelly whore.
And scene.
Let me see your
By the way,
butthole.
it's a lot easier for Schmuel to just try to act not sexy because
Yeah, I don't know about any of you, lad, but I am hard as fuck right now. I just hope nobody clips that because it's not like Buckman has any critics out there. And speaking of which, we get a nice compliment here by the lovely Dr. Chow. Good work, Buckman. Nobody says Buckman better than Chow. Check out Life Forms with Little Mir. They talk about Buckman once or twice a week. But so that's the Kiki thing. But basically, Lemmi, so you don't regret it, and you're definitely going to do it again. Definitely.
No, I'm not going to do it again. I don't, like I said, I don't hate Kiki, but she does invoke a certain, I don't know, frustration. I don't know. Is that the right word?
sexual frustration is probably.
Yeah. Yes.
Intolerance.
I want to see her butthole.
It's so easy for you to do that. I mean, it
I know.
would not
It's
be
perfect, by the way, Kiki.
That's clean. Husey, what do you think about Kiki, the power broker, that she's connecting two of the giant faces on the DabbleVerse Mount Rushmore, that she's putting Stuttering John and your friend Aaron Imholt together, and they'll be doing an interview possibly as soon as next week?
I think that'll be really good for Aaron in the year 2019.
So are you going to watch in Super Chat?
No.
Oh,
I'll probably see the thing about Stuttering John is he did have a very interesting career 20 years ago, but the problem is he's done about 5,000 interviews in those 20 years, so there's nothing really that Aaron will be able to get out of Knight Melendez's dad that we haven't heard a million times before. So but I do think it'll help Aaron's numbers, which I think was only fair because he's had it pretty rough the last few days. Hit the like button. Am I right or what?
he had some glowing things to say about you on his show this week. He watched that Kiki episode, and he didn't like what you had to say about why he records his interviews.
Well, why would he record an interview in 2025? Like, I think he thought that I was going to try to fuck him over.
I mean, I guess, but of all the, I think Stuttering John is far more likely to accidentally get him in trouble than you would be to intentionally. But yeah, I mean, that's why my buddy Tukey doesn't want to go on Aaron's show, because Aaron wants to record it. And it's crazy because we all know how Aaron feels about, super chats. The goal. Yeah, it came up on this little piggy. Whoever said that, Hellraiser 69.
Yeah, that is the Hellraiser 69. You get it, Lemmi? Jesus Christ! Happy birthday to the both of us. But the thing about not going live in this day and age is silly, because like we were talking about when I went on the toe, we were talking about boxing. In the day or two that we spoke, the news had changed, so it was already out of date. And then we looked like a pair of silly gooses that didn't know what we were talking about. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's why we live streamed earlier today when we talked about favorite Springsteen albums, because I didn't want your favorite Springsteen album to change, and and then you would have wanted to talk about The Rising.
Yeah, Jesus Christ! I'm not even going to joke about that. Lemmy is completely confused.
I'm confused. When did you go on Imholt's show?
No. Oh, well, yeah. You went on his Saturday interview show, right?
Yeah, if I remember correctly, we recorded last Friday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but his thumbnail was not... weirdly, he put the focus on boxers instead of me. Very strange, but there you go. But the real reason why we're here, why I got Luigi here, of course, is over the last 3 days, excuse me while I swig water, I'm very hungover. Oh, Jesus. In the last few days, and I say this all the time, the DabbleVerse is getting darker and darker, more serious. We've had physical threats. We've had people doxing, all kinds of shit. But just in the last few days, we've literally had what seems like Ava and Stuttering John have really gone after Shuli and have been filing copyright strikes or whatever kind of shit going on. I'm not actually sure. But Luigi, I would guess that you seem to be more up to date on what's going on here. Can you fill us in on this Shuli versus Eva issue?
No.
There's also a poll
Yes.
in the chat.
Yes,
Always
yes,
affirm, Luigi. Yes, and.
It's really weird, man. I mean, there's a lot to talk about. But I'll be honest, I don't have any inside information. So all I have is basically a lot of speculation as to what's leading up to a lot of this stuff. But yes, supposedly Ava filed a copyright strike. I was really hoping you'd put that up there. Now show your butthole.
No one wants to see my butthole.
So Ava apparently filed a copyright strike against TSN, and TSN, in a fun work sort of way, acted like it stuck and that they were going to be on Rumble that night, but then aired their show on YouTube as normal to rub it in the face of Ava and Ava. I don't know which one is she says, but then supposedly John filed a copyright strike against TSN that night, and then yesterday, from what we understand, TSN filed a copyright strike against John. But again, I don't exactly know that that's all the truth. I think there probably could be some imposters there filing some of these. We don't know who exactly is filing these, and I believe John was on today, which would suggest that he defeated one of the strikes, which I think maybe TSN wasn't the one who filed it against him.
What do you know about, there was a screenshot, Luigi, that said that it was supposedly from John's show that the strike had come from John Melendez.
That's exactly what I'm talking
Okay.
about, the
Yeah,
imposters. I think that was totally someone random. And if nobody knows exactly how these play out, anyone can file a copyright strike against anyone's show. Where it gets weird is that YouTube tends to lean heavy into the person filing the strike in order to save themselves of liability. And they kind of go overboard in taking down the show. But then you're asked to provide information after that to prove that you own the copyright that you're claiming against them. And that's where it tends to crumble and fail. And so that's usually when someone withdraws a strike or YouTube doesn't enforce it anymore. And then the channel or the show, whatever, goes back up. But yeah, anyone can do it. And it sucks, but that's the system.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Because on Keep the 100, we get that a lot, where you'll get haters, bro, who will try and flag the content or try and claim it as their own. And you're always having to contest these copyright things, which in turn, if you are proven to be false, to be like on a strike, that goes against your account, and you can get shut down for filing it. So I think that it's really this is all trouble waiting to happen. What I forgot to say was there's a poll question: who's going to win this battle between Shuli and Ava? It is up there now. It's currently 68%, or now 70%, or back to 68 in favor of Shuli. What an exciting piece of action. That was the most exciting part of my week. I can't believe it. I almost came. But Christian, from your perspective, do you see this type of stuff as the start of the end of the DabbleVerse? Because if people all start going after each other, we're all fucked.
Right. I think that that's actually why the flagging and striking will die down, because, you know, it'll just be a counter strike, a counter flag. And everybody seems to be having a lot of fun on Rumble, which is, I know, where Shuli's ended up. And your buddy Aaron loves to talk about how well he does over there. Rumble really seems like it's a great place for all of us. But in terms of the Ava Shuli thing, There's also the clip where she said that she knew she hopes the FBI raids his house because she's certain that there's, I guess we need to call it CP on his hard drive, that he is a PDF file. I love that we have to talk like idiots when we talk about these things, but I think everybody knows what she said in that clip, and John just, as always, was ignoring Ava, so we let her say it because he was, somebody was flirting with him in his private chat.
I disagree a little bit there with you, okay, Christian. In that I think that John said, "I know, right?" Like he said something along the lines of "yes," like totally supporting it. And I mean, it was a short comment, but
well, because it came from John.
Sorry, hold on. I have my own rim shots.
I apologize. No. I should never do that on your show.
No, but he did something where he was like, "Yeah, I know, right?" But then I feel like there was a moment there where he kind of caught himself and was like, "Oh, wait a minute, maybe I shouldn't have said that."
YouTube terms of service.
and yeah, that was a really weird thing. And of course, what I really don't love is like the whole afterthought of trying to repair it, or just going into disaster mode, or whatever you want to call it, where suddenly on Twitter she started flooding people's comments saying, obviously I was joking, and obviously I was drunk, and people were just like I felt like they were kind of being very direct with her, saying no, you can't really talk your way out of this, because if Shuli does try to sue you, which I'll be honest, I don't really think that was all that true, or all that sincere. But if he did, context is really taken into consideration of that. And the context of it was she very clearly said it's a fact. And then she even backed it up by saying everybody out there knows it. And that was just, I'm still kind of reconciling what led her to say that, because that was a really weird thing to say, way too over the line, even if you hate somebody. Crazy thing. Yeah.
Well, and John co-signing it might be problematic, considering he's already in a lawsuit with Shuli and someone that some of you refer to as Lady Kmart. I'm not familiar with the gentleman, but I hear that he's being sued.
Do you think, though, that because I was pretty shocked to see that Shuli was saying he was going to sue her, because I can't imagine that he would jump to that type of a reaction, because I don't think anybody actually believed Ava saying that, whether she was drunk or Lemmy, or whatever you call it these days. I just thought that it was like, oh, she's talking shit on the great John Melendez show. The prestigious show that we all aim for. And I just thought that just more seemed like Shuli working Ava into panicking, if that makes sense. Or am I completely stupid, Buckman?
I don't think Shuli ever said that he was suing Ava. In that comment, he implied it, but I think he was really firing a warning shot over John's bow that they might be coming for him, that he co-signed it, and it's because they're in this lawsuit already. I asked Ava today about it, and
after sex,
Ava's response, well, I didn't get to see the rack, so there was no sex. And she said, I can't waste any brain power on that one. It's all so stupid. So as for the other stuff, Shuli was lying about suing me to deflect from his embarrassment getting owned. And she then goes on to say,
owned by what?
No lawyer would ask him to make that statement publicly, and he completely misquotes it, leaving out me saying allegedly and in my opinion, which outside of a debate about those being exonerating words in itself is a more legally sound case of defamation, because he deliberately made a claim misrepresenting something I said that could hurt my reputation without any caveats. So we're back to now Ava's a victim of Shuli. Somehow Shuli plotted to get her to say that just so he could come after her. It's all fucked up. It's like a bunch of little children.
Werewolf of Sicily in the chat a moment ago pointed out, reminded at least me that Ava immediately the next day started saying that she was drunk and she didn't mean what she said. And, I think John likes that excuse because I don't know that we've ever seen a live stream where he isn't already drunk. So it sort of gives him carte blanche, as they say.
To what you're saying, though.
Happy birthday, Lemmy.
To what you're saying, Husey, about getting them wound up, I agree. I mean, I think that was the purpose of it. And then we saw the reaction from John, which was, oh, well, I told my lawyer. And I can't make sense of it. It's just really a bunch of craziness. And I agree. It is not the fun part of the DabbleVerse. It really is taking away the enjoyment of it, the spirit of it. It's people trying to be funny and bust each other's balls, and now you're just making it so personal and direct. And I agree, it very well could be the end.
Yeah, because I don't know if you would agree with this one, Lemmy, but it's kind of getting to the point now where there's some people are just going to have to be like actively ignored, because if they're going to just trying to start shutting everything down, then it's time to get out of that type of fucking community. Because like people like if you look at WATP, like allegedly they're making like 5 figures a month off their Patreon. There's people out there like Stuttering John who are fucking furious about it, and he's even done that where he'll snipe stream something and he'll just be going, okay, I'm filing the report, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna get him shut down. And it drives him fucking mental, because I don't know if Lemmy has any experience with this, but when there's these losers that maybe you're not getting along with so much, and they just cannot fuck off because they're obsessed and just need to hate 24/7 because they want to blame others for the shit they're going through. Right, Lemmy? Hit the like button.
I think it's as much as I don't like it, it's going to exist, and we're going to have to exist around it. It's never going to go away, but it has seemed to have ramped significantly, and it like Luigi said, it has taken away the spirit of the whole funness and silliness of the DabbleVerse, and it seems like everybody just wants to destroy everybody. It's like fucking pirates on the sea fucking blasting fucking cannonballs at each other. It's awful. I miss Corndiff. Come back, WGNN. We need you. This all started when you left.
Yeah, we do need Corndiff back.
We all miss Corndiff.
Yeah.
Here's a comment by Liquid Cryptid that's kind of interesting. Well, you see, Ava is a terrible person. She goes to a safe space to spin a narrative of her innocence when she gets owned on the internet. Schumel show is a favorite place for her to run. What do you think about that, Buckman?
She has not been on in quite a while. Pretty much since this John stuff started, because I can't figure out. Ava's a shitstar. She likes to cause trouble. She used to come on the show. I would challenge her on things. I tried to figure out why she was doing the John stuff. I can't figure it out. In this, she says to me honestly, she's like, she loves John. She thinks he's great. She thinks all these people are mean for going after him. But she's all over the place, right? It's almost like she doesn't turn. If you offer her a link, she's not turning it down. So I don't know. I don't know if she's an awful person or not. I think the stuff that she's been doing is pretty shitty. Complaining about Joe downloading her public streams and then claiming she made and making them private after, and then saying, "Oh, you can't use them. That's terrible." I don't know. I'm lost in this whole thing, Husey.
No way.
I'm Joe Biden at the Trump debate. I don't know. I really don't know what to think. I don't know what like anybody's end game is. I've asked her, what's your end game? What do you hope to get out of this? I don't get a decent answer. She says that she likes John and she thinks the way he's being treated is unfair.
I relate to Schmuel more than I care to admit, actually. Like, I I don't know what's going on, and it's confusing and weird that I can't figure it out. And that's, yeah, I don't know. It's
Well,
all I
look,
can
as
do is state
long
the
as
facts.
her end game is half as entertaining as Quadfather's was, we'll all have a great laugh about it.
Having mouse problems trying to bring some of these comments up here. Buckman turned on Ava. I missed that plot twist. Is there any form of tension there, Buckman?
No, not at all. We just
Except
haven't
for
we haven't
sexual.
spoken in a while until today, but we used to talk a lot more.
Ava from Sam Bibley. Ava fights with anyone, anywhere, at any time. Last night she was fighting with like 60 people in Tommy Jordan's chat at the same time. Interesting trivia fact. Me and Tommy Jordan may actually be related. True story. No one's backing her up. What fucking safe space? That's BS. Lemmy?
I don't know.
What safe space? I guess I missed the safe space comment.
Well, I think we all know where Ava's safe space is. It's with her buddy John. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think that I had of course Ava was on the show the other night with Lemmy, part of the infamous slut shaming gate, as I think they call it. And I don't know, Ava came across like really nice to me. She seemed like a good laugh. We've DM'd a few times, but I have to say that this. Here's more of the question. I would say, does anybody know specifically what it is that caused Shuli and Ava to fall out / not even get along? Because I remember seeing a clip of them on some show, it may have been WATP, where they just seemed to be taking shots at each other, and I think it was very strange.
It was PDP. I don't know who had it that week, but I mean Shuli, just for the Shuli Network, my understanding, he just stopped inviting Ava on. Sorry to talk about your friend this way, Schumel, because she's terrible on every single stream I've ever seen her on. She brings nothing, and John doesn't even pay attention to her, except apparently for when she's saying something libelous.
Do you think that there's more to it with John and Ava's friendship? Because it's well known.
Are they friends with benefits? Yes, I do think so.
No, but it's well known that like Howard Stern used to keep Robin around because it meant that he could make jokes about two groups of people at the same time, and that would be his excuse. He's like, "Oh, I'm not racist, though. She's here, you know." So,
what groups of people are those, Husey?
Good question, Luigi.
The N ones, you know, the newsreaders. You like that one, Lemmy? Thank you. Yeah, so and that's what maybe a part of me thinks maybe that's one of the reasons why they're keeping Thingy around.
Are you psychoanalyzing Stuttering John, where you think that the only reason Ava's there is with the hopes that somehow his kids see it and go, "Oh, okay, he's changed. He's okay with trans people," despite the terrible jokes he made about Trans World Airlines?
I don't get it.
No one did.
I don't even think that it's his kids that he cares about. I think he's trying to get Hard Stern's attention, because that's why he's so ridiculously blah 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 anti-Trump, even when Trump wasn't president for those.
Did you ever hear his prank phone call at Trump? It was amazing. So funny.
Yeah. Hello, Mr. President. Is your refrigerator running?
That would have been funnier.
100%. I agree.
The only time Stuttering John's funny is when people do an impression of him. Speaking of which, birthday girl Lemmy. Of course, everybody hit the like button for Lemmy's birthday. She loves that shit, that weirdo. Lemmy, do your Stuttering John impression as you read this super chat, please.
Voltaire, thanks for the $5. What are the odds that Ava shows up unannounced on Stuttering John's doorstep one day with scary intentions? Pretty high based on what we know about those types. What types?
Well, I think the scary intention would be, below the waist stuff. I don't think anything violent. I think that's the intention being referred to. YouTube terms of service.
Yeah, but the thing is, Ava's been getting it. I've got to say one thing in her defense, though. She's been getting it pretty rough online. Like the thing, I think it was last week or 2 weeks ago, where JMO from BYB was putting out her what's the term you have to call it? Her not dead name.
Dead name. Yeah. I've been in chats where there are people who just dozens of time keep dropping what apparently is the dead name. So there are people that are very determined to put that out there.
But do you think that that's something that maybe that's something that's got her on the edge, or she now thinks that people are kind of out to get her or bring that shit up or whatever?
I'm sorry, I was distracted, Husey. Can you bring up Moon Cricket's comment right there in about the middle?
Hang on.
I would do it, but Moon Crickets. Ava's wig smells like cat piss and cigarettes. Thank you, Moon Crickets. I have to put the chat away because I got too distracted by it. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, but I just think that really this could with Shuli, if he is suing her. Here's more of a question. What happens if Shuli's thing gets taken down? He actually could sue.
You mean TSN, the whole network getting what we call Cardiffed?
Yeah. What do you think about that, Buckman? Would that make you maybe nervous of having Ava back on your show just in case it were to backfire?
Answer is Kiki.
Yeah.
We will get Kiki.
Please answer is Kiki.
No, answer as
my
Kiki.
opinion. My opinion of all this stuff is that I think we're giving both of them too much credit. Both John and Ava.
I gotta pause you there. Can we get ones in the chat if we want Schumel Buckman to answer as Kiki? Because if we get enough ones, we're gonna get what do you call it? Schumel Buckhole? That was the name.
Somebody said that earlier.
I said Keanu Buckman.
It's me and Lemmi putting ones in there.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to prove that Caddy Z is the lowest hanging fruit there is.
So
there's gay guy in a cowboy hat and makeup. Anybody can do that. You don't need a special talent.
Okay. Look at all these ones here. We need to hear Schumel Buckhole, please, baby.
I don't know that I can do that. I can't.
Sounds like you're trying though.
I have put a hysterical video if we want to get Kiki doing an impression of someone that most of us know.
Snaggletooth, clubfoot. I no longer have club feet. I don't have club feet. Fuck you, Kevin Brennan, for telling me I have club feet. Snaggletooth, clubfoot.
Just
I no longer have club feet.
Okay, I like her.
Come on.
Now we've checked off the impression box, so we can move on.
Thank you.
No, we
I'm still
can't
waiting.
move on. Yeah.
I'm sorry, Schmuel. I tried. All right,
I might.
wait.
Maybe I'll slide into it, but I don't think that John thinks that much about this. I think he got Ava on. She gave him a little push, and he just continues to have her on. It's not like he's got co-hosts knocking down his door, right? And he gets more views with her than he does on his own. He gets more views with her than he does with the other people he's streaming with.
Is he streaming with anybody else right now? Because I know that Rob Saul seems to have left him, and even Clay Dabbler, I guess they had a falling out. So is Ava the only one left? Oh, my buddy Nick Greystone, who he was on talking about metal bands or something. But I haven't seen anybody other than Ava in a couple weeks now. Have I not
Clay
watched
today?
Oh, I thought that he had a big falling out with Clay, but you know what? He had a big falling out with Vince the lawyer, and then was on 10
This
minutes
week.
later. Yeah, that's what I mean. He's just always coming back. All right, so I withdraw the comment. I apologize.
His arguments with Vince, his hating of Vince always last about 15 minutes. And that's the question usually is, how much is Vince behind what's going on with John? And John's not a deep thinker. I feel like Vince is pulling puppet strings, and pushing this forward. And all he has to do is tell John, don't worry about the Ava thing. And John will go with it. I thought John was very happy with Ava's comments. I don't think he backtracked at all.
This is an interesting one by Uncle Jim will fix it. Notorious friendly wrestler Jimmy Savile. Google him.
That's why I laughed. It's one of your heroes, right, Husey?
Yeah,
Jimmy Savile?
I think he actually had a match with Bob Levy during his wrestling career, or at least they traded tapes, and stuff like that. That's what I heard.
Traded tapes.
But he says that Vince is behind it all. That is a theory going around. Lemmy, do you think there's a chance that she gets completely wasted on day one? Do you think there's a chance that Ava is somehow working Stuttering John on behalf of Shuli, or do you think it's just really she hates Shuli?
No, I think she hates Shuli. But if it was a work, it would be a fantastic work. It really would. And kudos.
It is. What do you think about that theory, Greenberg?
Yeah, I actually agree with Lemmy. I at this for a very long time I was a holdout thinking that it was a work and that she was playing John, but I think more than anything I just wanted it to be true. At this point I've been completely convinced. Yeah, she just hates Shuli.
Sam Bibley, he's always pretty smart with his takes. Dave Sarah was, by the way, Dave Sarah won best hair out of the DabbleVerse in one of Deb's polls. I'm just saying.
That's the craziest thing we've ever heard. We all know it's producer Chris.
Yeah. Dave
I thought it was
Sarah.
NJ Ranger.
Yeah, he's more hair in his face than his head. NJ. He's a very hairy baby. Dave Sarah was very wise months ago when he told Ava on Schumel that he was trying to be a hybrid guy and a troll at the same time, and it would cause issues. But I'm a troll to most people, so shrug.
I'm Team Sam Bibley. I don't see him as a troll. He has great taste in shows that he watches.
Yeah, I don't know. I just hate that it's come to this, that it's all fucking that it's getting so serious, because it's getting worse all the time. Like, people more and more are fucking people over. Like, I was talking to Dan the other day, and like none of us are making like hundreds of thousands of dollars off this type of stuff.
But you're not.
No,
Am I the only one?
I'm making millions, not hundreds of thousands. But if like I like doing this, it's fun. Like, it's a fun sort of hobby to kick back and for people to hit the like button. And I'm sure everybody's hitting the like button right now, right, Lemmy?
It's fun screwing around with people that you just don't normally get to see on a regular basis, and you can have conversations and talk. I feel like that's all it's supposed to be.
Here's one. Thank the doxers like Penis Wrinkle who inspired an army.
I'm very opinionated about the doxing, and as much as I've goofed on John, and as much as I've incurred his wrath, I'm not at all going to suggest that doxing is okay. Not even for John. As much as I don't like him, or whatever issues I have with him, I don't think that's cool. And even I'm not a big fan of Ava, but I don't think anyone should be doxing her either. I know it's not even, it even feels weird saying out loud, because I feel like someone's going to hit me with one of those boom hot take. But there are people who think it's okay, and that sucks. I don't like that at all. And I think that's the source of why this is all feeling so serious now, is because it's not cool. I really don't. It makes me like not want to be a part of it as soon as I see shit like that. Even with John, I don't like even for John.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's fun when we're doing all of our online bullshit and we're saying things about people. And I think it's the gray area with like Vince sending beers to John's house, because he already had his ads. Like that makes me laugh. But somebody showing up at his house, I think that would be messed up. Even Although when Hughesy's buddy Chad Zumach did it, it was hysterical. He had a pretty good note that he left for him there. But in general, I think when it crosses into real life, that's actually what the problem is. It's,
Exactly.
Yeah. One of Hughesy's heroes, Nick Fuentes, was recently saying this about he's an anti-Semite, and he's like, people shouldn't be shouting anti-Jewish stuff at Dave Portnoy when he's out in public. It's like the online stuff is one thing, but you don't actually bring it into the real world. That's where it gets fucked up. And if Nick Fuentes said it, obviously it makes sense.
But Schmuel, you've been in the middle of a whole load of feuds and stuff at the minute. Do you ever get worried? Old tough guy Schmuel Buckman, who refuses to do that excellent impression, the highlight of the episode. If you can answer this in your Kiki voice, what do you think about these feuds? Like, do you worry that they might come after channels like yours soon?
Yes, I do think so, Husey. I'm wondering though, is it John? This is why I think this is about people in the background, right? I don't know that it's John or Shuli or who. Well, John, for example, striking, or is it some rando doing these strikes and then saying it's John? I get the stuff against Shuli, but the strike against John yesterday, I think it unleashes these trolls that are just going to start launching random copyright strikes against people, and we're all going to be chasing our tails. And it doesn't bode well for this. And as a person who's been subject to just a bunch of bullshit, it's personal, and that's the part that I don't get. John to me is not he's a character. He's not a person.
No, say what you're going to say there. You're about to say he's not a person.
He's a character, and it's fun. It's fun to watch this old drunk talk about his life 30 years ago and insist that he's successful. Watching The Delusion is fun. It's fun watching Chad Zumach tell you what a great comedian he is and how everybody loves him and he's got a girlfriend. But at the end of the day, nobody really, does anybody really care? And the answer is, I think there's a few people that really do, that take this too far. And, I'm not as worried about the copyright stuff as I am somebody's going to get hurt eventually.
Here's a comment by Genta B8Q. I don't know if I just doxed myself by saying that, whatever that means. Why does Ava think that she knows everything and that she owns and that she owns people? She owns a shitty wig. But the thing is that sort of the reputation that Ava has? Because as I mentioned, I got along with her, but I don't really know her. Does she have the reputation, Luigi, as someone who looks down upon the common person?
That's a good question.
Thank you.
I do think that she's a little unhinged when it comes to her taking pride in her quote unquote debates and arguments. She seems very proud of it and post clips of herself, but I don't really see what she's seeing. And also I tend to think that if you can't debate someone on the facts of the issues that you're debating and you divert to, well, you're ugly and you have a bad, hairdo or something like that, that you've effectively lost the argument and there's no owning going on whatsoever. And she does a lot of that, but takes pride in it. But who am I to tell her what she should take pride in? I don't see it. I don't agree, but she's proud of it. So whatever. I feel like there's a lot of that here in this DabbleVerse with content. Okay, well, I don't like your stuff, but you're making money off of it and you're proud of it. Great. I'm going to let you live your life because there's nothing I can do about it. So.
Wait, here's a comment. I'd like to get a Lemmi and Christian's opinion on this. Starting with Lemmi, of course, because it's her birthday. Hit the like button and send her dick pics in her DMs. From Ozone, it says, to be fair, TSN and WATP helped to ruin John's life. Did they really, though? he doesn't need to play by the ground rules they live by. What do you think of that one, Lemmy?
What rules? I was not aware there were any rules.
Oh shit!
That's actually a good point.
I
but
haven't had a debate with Chad.
We're all here at our own risk, truly.
That
what
is
you
true.
say is going to be recorded and talked about. It's just the nature of the beast, and people need to realize that. And it's very strange to me. And I'm not like saying this is in a shitty way, but like it's strange to me that Ava's safe space is Stuttering John when the DabbleVerse is literally revolving around shitting on Stuttering John. And I don't think TSN and WATP ruined John's life. I think John's drinking ruined John's life.
Yeah, but what do you think of those claims, Christian?
Well, I know you don't like when people speak negatively about drinking, but I do think that Lemmy's correct. What John has really, created his own problem. I mean, I can't say I've seen everything that TSN has done, but I've seen enough, and I've certainly seen WATP, and they don't really cross lines about, I mean, Carl has a house that, like 2 streets over from John in Florida. And, it's not like he shared that information, so they were just pointing at him and laughing at him. And I think everybody realized for John ages ago, he could have just laughed it off and maybe even gone on one of the shows and been like, all right. I mean, my co-host on these broadcasters, Eric Zane, he became aware of Carl when his show was parodied on Carl's show. That's how they made fun of Eric's show, and he came on and they laughed about it. If John had done something like that, none of us would be here talking about any of this. But he does need to be the Uncle Rico, the glory days guy, that he had a tremendous career in the 20th century. He had an okay career in the first decade of the 21st century. But I would say all of us on screen right now do the same thing John does now. Are we as successful as him? Some weeks, yes. Some weeks, perhaps not. So I don't think that they ruined his life. I think neither of those shows did it. Now, when you get into Reddit and things like that, yes, some of those people have been a little bit more calculated. And, I've seen John's address. I've seen John's cell phone number because of places like Reddit. But I don't think that's the 2 shows you're referencing.
Buckman, why don't you read this one by one of your good friends? It's from a Sweater
$2
Bitch
from
Kiki.
Nice Stupid Podcast. Hey, OG Mumbling Nick, you enjoy your Life Forms episode?
Sorry, your mic cut right there. Could you do it again, please?
So I was on a flight from France with my dad, and we just come from Italy, and I said, hey, OG Mumbling Nick, you enjoy your Life Forms episode?
Now talk about you and your mom fucking the same guy.
Talk about your dad cleaning your dildo.
Yeah, but dude is Kiki. Hang on, this fucking mic isn't working.
I'm probably more likely to do it as her mom.
Go ahead.
You already sound just like her.
We're waiting.
Keanu, it's just not right what they're doing to you. That's the best mom I can do.
I like it.
I want to actually kind of piggyback on what Christian was saying, even though he finds me utterly boring.
Not this week. You're actually very interested today. It's just,
you, Christian.
you know what? It must be Kaylee who's the boring one. So that's my mistake. I apologize.
Oh, we all know that's not true. But I also don't agree that TSN or WATP ruined John's life because of the fact that where everything started was exactly like Christian said, pointing and laughing. It was John reveling in his role as the villain and trying to actually capitalize on it and make money off of it that I believe, quote unquote, ruined whatever it is we want to call it, or whatever was the downside of it. I think it really falls on John. This could have been a flash in the pan, the DabbleVerse, that fizzled out after a few months of pointing and laughing at John when he, wasn't doing regular content. But because of the fact that he really wanted to soak up that energy and fight back is really where it went bad for him. And at the same time, also made a lot of money. I think someone already made that point, but I think you have to lump that into the consideration of quote unquote ruining his life. And yeah, I just don't think it comes out as a ruin in the end for John that you can blame on anyone but John.
Yeah, I think so. And just as we're getting ready to wrap up, I think that we really have got to the. I think we're just going to start seeing shows vanishing. Like if TSN goes, I think it's going to cause ripples. I think it's going to start scaring people off. I just think that really this is going to be a horrible time, and this fucking mice has stopped working. So I'm trying to.
Husey, I was glad that Schumel did the impression again, but I was working feverishly behind the scenes to bring top-notch production value to you. If you see, there's a video there. I grabbed video from earlier in this show, and if you want to bring that up on the screen, if your mouse allows you to, I would bring it up, but I can't.
I am struggling to, and I have no idea why this is happening. I'm such a victim.
Yeah,
I have that effect on everyone. Next, your mics will go out.
Yeah, I don't even know how I'm going to be able to close this episode off if this mice won't fucking connect.
You just pick up your laptop
24-hour
and throw it against
stream.
the wall. Yeah, well, that's true. A 24-hour Husey stream.
Yeah.
I'm glad all my work was for nothing. That's all right, Husey.
While you're doing that, can I just jump in here with follow up on Luigi? John is a piece of shit, right? John's always been a piece of shit. We go back pre-DabbleVerse, the not paying the child support, the putting the wife out basically on the street, all the leaving the kid at home to go drinking with his friends. These things would never have come out if it weren't for John and John trying to justify them. I agree. I really believe what happened was he was able to do this in the beginning when his kids were younger and get away with it and keep the kids out of it. And as the kids got older and as the ex-wife got more angry, John started blaming the DabbleVerse for all these things. But all this stuff falls back on John.
Yeah.
I totally agree. And I think that's also a perfect time to wrap it up, everybody. Why don't we start with the plugs? Schmuel, what plugs do you have for everyone, which I will link down below?
Schmuel Talk on YouTube and at Buckman Schmuel on Twitter. And last night we had a fun time with Levy, Mersch, Panhandler, Ray DeVito, and even a little Dave Sarah. So take a watch at that, and we'll be back up over the weekend and Tuesdays and Thursdays regularly.
Look forward to him showing off his butthole on the Schmuel Buckman OnlyFans as Keanu Thompson.
Which would be a great time to hit that clip that I'm trying to share that Husey's computer will not let him share.
Yeah, I cannot get I'm actually trying to get the mouse to go over the end stream button just so that I can actually end the fucking thing. Lemmy, what plugs do you have for all the boys and girls?
Zero Little Lemmy 0 on Twitter. Little Lemmy over on Twitch and Rumble. Come follow me. I do a morning show. Come see me tomorrow morning, 8:30. I'm up early on the weekends and Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursdays during the week in the morning. If you want a superior morning show to watch, a better one than Aaron, I do take like music requests and shit. We can like get the let out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we'll go.
I'm going to rudely jump in over Luigi because I meant to leave 5 minutes ago. You can find me on social media at ChristianDMZ and my personal podcast, the BladtCast, BladtCast. Husey was on the latest episode talking about Bruce Springsteen and Who Are These Broadcasters, Tuesdays, 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific on the Who Are These Podcasts YouTube channel, which I believe did not ruin Stuttering John's life, just to put that back on the record.
Yeah. And that clip that Christian just made, he will post that on his social media because for some reason I cannot get the mouse to go down to this fucking thing
You know what? It's going to be so funny when I comment and share it, and everybody gets to see it. So yeah, it's like the same thing as getting it to show up during the show. Also, I didn't realize you were a boomer who still used a mouse, Husey.
Yeah, well, I use a desktop as well. Hit the like button. And Luigi, it was always great to have you on for the first time. What plugs do you have?
Thank you. It was an honor, sir. Yeah, please check out my YouTube channel, Luigi Greenberg. Also, Skeptical Robot. I actually have a video premiering right now on my channel celebrating our 1 year anniversary of my show. It is a clip show of what we consider some of our favorite moments over the past year. Today I'm going to be doing an episode of the Edge Files with Once Over with Kaylee and Trucker Andy. Going to be talking about a very weird story about a ventriloquist dummy. And also Hack Ride Studios, Tuesdays and Wednesdays, we do Unboxing Eric, Unboxing Riley Martin, and Unboxing Bigfoot It Is.
I love Bigfoot. Well, seeing as it's Lemmy's birthday, I promised her a gift weeks ago, which I'm going to go do afterwards. A video of me jerking off. I'm going to send it to her, and I'm not joking.
I've seen it. It's great. You're going to enjoy it.
Oh, she is. I'm gonna do multiple takes, and I don't give a fuck. I want to thank everybody for coming on. We're having to end it early for technical faults. The poll says that Shuli's going to win this battle against Ava, so it's a shame that it happened. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'm gonna do a big bye, everyone. Lemmy, Buckman.
Bye. Happy birthday, Lemmy.
Buckman, can you say goodbye? Is Schumel hole?
Say bing, bing, bing.
I don't even know who I am anymore. I'm freaking out here, Husey.
Okay, I'm going to watch that before I make the video for Lemmy. Thanks, everybody.
Good night, guys.
Oh, shit.
And if you leave me now, you take away the biggest part of me. Ooh, baby, please don't go.